Okay, so I'm sitting here and I'm preparing for this interview that I honestly I already believe that I have. So I asked God, I said, God, open up your word, breathe on it, and let me see what it is that you would have me to see. So, anyways, I was going to try to set this up somewhere, but I really don't have anywhere to set it up, so I'm going to hold it. So, he got me to Malachi, and I'm in Malachi 3, and it is 6 through 12. And this is where he says, pay your tithes and offering, and then heaven will open. He will open up the heavens to pour out a blessing. And I was just sitting here, and I was thinking, and God is saying in this. He said, he's gonna provide. He's gonna give provision. He's gonna make sure that you have, and you're gonna be a happy nation. Y'all just went to the grocery store and checked out, and I had $200, right? That I had saved before I lost my job. I had $200. I used 100 last week. I used like $5 in a tip, and and then the next week came, and which was this week, and I went grocery shopping, and I used everything. I was like, I'm gonna have to go into some more savings to spend on the groceries. I had just enough. God was like, get what you need in this grocery store. And I don't really calculate when I go to the grocery store. I try, but you get up there and be like, oh, I did all that. But anyways, I got up there, and I really only had to use like $2, and I had $2 on my card, so I didn't have to go into my savings, which I'm not getting food stamps until like next month or something like that. And I believe I'm getting this job, but I won't get a check next week regardless. You know what I'm saying? So I'll have that $100 for the next time I go grocery shopping. Anyways, that's beside the point. So that was just a testimony of how God provides and make sure you have enough, right? So anyway, I get up there. Um, and anyways, so back to the verse. So he was like, you know, before when I first started the job that I just got fired from, he told me, he said, make sure you're a faithful tither. He said, tithe for real, not just a little $20 here and there or a little $20. He said, give your real tithes. So I did. And I was doing that for the whole 8 months that I was at this job. Just showing gratitude to God for even having a job. And I remember I never went without. Miracles, signs, and wonders followed. It's so many things I can't even remember, but I just know I know all I have printed in my forehead is God provided, right? So anyways, that happened. And then I ended up getting a new car. God provided and showed his signs and wonders there. They showed an even higher credit score than what I showed on my app when I went to go get the car. And that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. So I was like, just open me up to a verse that'll settle my spirit. I'm going to get prepared for this interview, something. And God was like, remember when you were a faithful tither. He was like, so I don't mind giving, this job or opportunities or provision for you, because I know what I give you with, I can trust you with. And so I'm going to continue to grow and expand. And that's the thing. You have to continuously be ready to give. You have to understand that when God gives, he wants to see you give back to his people, because that's what we're supposed to do, spread love, help each other, help one another, no matter what. So I'm gonna try and make this quick so I don't make it two parts. But so he was like, so he reminded me, he said, when I'm leveling you up to financial stability, to wealth, comfortability, whatever you want to call it, you have to understand how your heart is now. When you get that blessing, it's going to be multiplied. Just like the people who were doing things, like artists and stuff, they sell their soul, or anybody who sells their soul for money, they go into it for greed, and then it starts to turn to lies, it starts to turn into lust, it starts to turn into all other different things. It multiplies. That what they had in their heart also multiplied. He said, but when you're righteous, he said, there's a righteous greedy as well. You can be righteously greedy as well. He said, and it's a good thing, because if you are good, you're kind, you give to people, you're giving to charities, you're tithing, you're giving back to your community, different things like that. He said it will also multiply in that way. So when God gives it, you're gonna be calm. You're gonna have a good heart posture. You're gonna walk in faith. You're not gonna be anxious. Like, my thing is, when I used to do YouTube videos or any social media, making videos and stuff, I'd be like, I gotta post 3 times a day. But when I feel the Spirit of the Lord say, hey, talk about this, post that video, then that's what it is. Because my thought is, I only have to have one video. And then from there, I have an audience. And my thing is, I believe that the Lord can and will bring that in for me. And I'm not stressed about it at all. I know God is good and He's faithful, He's just, and He sees all things. And He'll open up a window to pour out a blessing. I'm going to make a part 2.